Welcome to the December 21st, 2021 Linden City Council meeting. Notice of this meeting stating the date, place, and time has been disseminated as required under the Open Public Meetings Act, Chapter 231, PL 1975. In addition to the publishing of the annual meeting schedule, electronic notice was provided on December 17th of 2021 to the local source in the Star Ledger, noting that the meeting would be conducted through the Ring Central program and containing information on how to access the meeting. The same information was posted on the city's website, Linden TV, the bulletin board, and the front door of City Hall. Copies of the agenda, finance report, and personnel reports are also posted on the city's website and Linden TV for the public. This meeting is called to order. Bang, there goes the gavel. All right, prayer and flag salute.
God of the universe, look thou with favor upon these here assembled and bestow thy guidance upon the members of the governing body in their deliberations. This we ask in thy name. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, one nation, under God, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Note that members of the public who may be attending are on mute until the public hearing on ordinances or the public comment portion of the meeting. If you wish to be recognized, please use the raised hand icon in the program to identify yourself. You will then give your name and address as at any council meeting. Failure to do so will result in your being muted and not recognized further. If you are registered more than once, you will only be recognized to speak one time under your first registration as with any council meeting. And when the public comment is opened, the ability to register will be closed. Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
Mrs. Ormond,
Here.
Gavick,
Here.
Caldwell,
Here.
Mohammed, Crosby,
Present.
Roman,
I'll unmute so you can.
Present.
Blaine,
Excuse.
So you'll come back when I get this.
Medina,
Here.
Hickey,
Here.
Yemakaitis,
Here.
Mr. Strano,
I'm here.
and I'll go back, Mr. Mohammed.
Present.
All right. So, going to ask for a motion to approve the minutes of the November 9th, 2021 council meeting.
Yeah. Yeah. Council President. Yeah. Council President Pro Tem.
Mayor, can you mute your mic, please?
Yes, no problem.
Thank you. Need a motion to approve the minutes of the November 9th, 2021 council meeting and the special council meeting of November 29th, 2021. I need a motion, second.
Yes, Council President, I make a motion for the approval of minutes of November 9th, 2021, the special meeting of November 29th of 2021, and request a second.
Second.
Mrs. Ormond,
Abstain.
Gavick,
Yes.
Caldwell,
Yes.
Mohammed,
Mohammed,
Present.
no,
Yo, what is it?
asking the meeting, the minute. Go to the minutes. The minutes. They're voting on approval of the minutes.
Yes.
Crosby,
I'll abstain on the 9th and vote yes to the 29th.
Just an FYI, gentlemen, Mr. Mohammed is trying to get his computer logged on, and I'm trying to relay information to him as he's working on his computer. So, it's technical difficulties, not embarrassing.
All right, thanks, Mayor. Just do me a favor, make sure you mute in between for us.
Okay.
There's a lot of background noise coming through.
Roman,
Abstain.
Medina,
Yes.
Hickey,
Abstain from the 9th, November 9th, and yes to the 29th.
Yemakaitis,
Yes.
Mr. Strano.
Yes. Okay, we're gonna move on to ordinances on hearing. This is the approval of adoption of the ordinances carried from last meeting in November. Ordinance number 6554.
An ordinance to amend and supplement Chapter 7 Traffic of an ordinance entitled, an ordinance adopting and enacting the revised general ordinances of the City of Linden, 1999. Passed November 23rd, 1999, and approved November 24th, 1999, and as amended and supplemented. Be it ordained by the Council of the City of Linden, Section 1, that Chapter 7 Traffic shall be and the same is hereby amended as follows. 7-33 handicap parking regulations, 7-33.1A handicap parking on street, add 900 Baldwin Avenue, one space specifically reserved and designated for Jeffrey Tammy.
Has the ordinance been properly published and posted?
Yes, sir.
Has any written communication been received?
No, sir.
Is there anyone that wishes to be heard on the ordinance? A member of the public would have 3 minutes to speak during a public portion hearing on the ordinance. Councilor, okay. See no comments.
There you go.
Need a motion to approve, to adopt?
Council President, I'd like to make a motion to adopt ordinance 6554, adopted, and to put it on record. I would like to ask for a second, please.
Yeah. All right, thank you. Roll call, please.
Ormond,
Yes.
Davik,
Yes.
Caldwell,
Yes.
Mohammed,
Yes.
Jen,
yeah.
Was that a yes? Roshana, was that a yes?
I didn't hear her call my name, so yes, though.
Yeah, she did call you, but all right, we'll get this mic a little bit closer to her. All right, how's that better?
Roman,
Yes.
Medina,
Yes.
Hickey,
Yes.
Yemakaitis,
Yes.
Mr. Strano.
Yes. Okay, ordinance number 65-55.
An ordinance to amend and supplement Chapter 7 Traffic of an ordinance entitled, an ordinance adopting and enacting the revised general ordinances of the City of Linden, 1999. Passed November 23rd, 1999, and approved November 24th, 1999, and as amended and supplemented. Be it ordained by the Council of the City of Linden, Section 1, that Chapter 7 Traffic, Section 7-11, stopping or standing prohibited, shall be and the same is hereby amended as follows. 7-11.1, stopping or standing prohibited at all times. Add East Linden Avenue, north side, from an east curb line of Southwood Avenue to a point 222 feet east. East Linden Avenue, south side, from the east curb line of Southwood Avenue to a point 376 feet east. And West Morris Avenue, north side, from the west curb line of Southwood Avenue to a point 134 feet west.
Has the ordinance been properly published and posted?
Yes, sir.
Has any written communication been received?
No, sir.
Is there anyone that wishes to be heard on the ordinance? Seeing none, motion, the second, please.
Council President Pro Temp, I'd like to request adoption of ordinance number 65-55 and request a second.
Second.
Han,
Yes.
Davik,
Yes.
Caldwell,
Yes.
Mohammed,
Yes.
Osby,
Yes.
No.
Medina,
Yes.
Hickey,
Yes.
Yemakaitis,
Yes.
Mr. Strano.
Yes. Ordinance number 65-56.
An ordinance to amend and supplement Chapter 7 Traffic of an ordinance entitled, an ordinance adopting and enacting the revised general ordinances of the City of Linden, 1999. Passed November 23rd, 1999, and approved November 24th, 1999, and as amended and supplemented. Be it ordained by the Council of the City of Linden, Section 1, Chapter 7 Traffic, Section 7-12, parking time limited shall be and the same is hereby amended as follows. 2-hour parking, delete West Morris Avenue, both sides from 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. West Morris Avenue, both sides, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Saturday. East Linden Avenue, both sides from 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. Add West Morris Avenue, north side, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Saturday. West Morris Avenue, south side, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Saturday. East Linden Avenue, north side, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Saturday. And East Linden Avenue, south side, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Saturday.
Has the ordinance been published and posted?
Yes, sir.
Has any written communication been received?
No, sir.
Is there anyone who wishes to be heard on this ordinance? Hearing none, a motion and a second, please.
Council President Pro Tem, I'd like to request approval of ordinance number 65-56 and request a second.
Second,
Ormond,
yes.
Javik,
Yes.
Caldwell,
Yes.
In here.
Councilman Mohammed,
Yes.
Cosby,
Yes.
Bowman,
No.
Medina,
Yes.
Hickey,
Yes.
Yemakaitis,
Yes.
Mr. Strano.
Yeah, yes. There it is. Here's the squeak. Ordinance number 6557.
An ordinance to amend and supplement Chapter 7 Traffic of an ordinance entitled, an ordinance adopting and enacting the revised general ordinances of the City of Linden, 1999, passed November 23rd, 1999, and approved November 24th, 1999, and as amended and supplemented. Be it ordained by the Council of the City of Linden, Section 1, that Chapter 7 Traffic, Section 7-27 Bus Stops shall be and the same is hereby amended as follows. Delete East Linden Avenue eastbound on the southerly side and add East Linden Avenue eastbound on the southerly side.
Has the ordinance been properly published and posted?
Yes, sir.
Has any written communication been received?
No, sir.
Is there anyone that wishes to be heard on this ordinance? Requesting a motion and a second, please.
Council President Pro Temp, I request approval of ordinance number 65-57 and request a second.
Second.
Councilwoman Ormond,
Yes.
Javik,
Yes.
Caldwell,
Yes.
Mohammed,
Yes.
Cosby. Councilwoman Cosby,
Yes, I had to unmute myself, sorry.
Bowman,
No.
Medina,
Yes.
Hickey,
Yes.
Yemakaitis,
Yes.
Mr. Strano.
Yes. Okay, moving on to 6558. I think there's going to be an amendment. Let her read it first. Okay.
An ordinance to amend an ordinance entitled, an ordinance establishing a schedule of titles, salary ranges, and regulations for maintaining the classification and salary standardization plan of all employees of the City of Linden, passed August 15th, 1995, and approved August 16th, 1995, adding Schedule 4 PP7.
Okay, Councilman Javik. Councilman Javik.
Yes, Council President Pro Tem. I would like to make a motion to amend ordinance 6558. There exists the need to change the title of public health supervisor to public health nurse. The minimum city attorney has opinion that the removal of supervisor and replacing it with nurse to be de minimis with no substantial change to the ordinance. Therefore, I move to amend ordinance 6558 by striking the title of public health supervisor and replacing it with the title public health nurse, and request a second.
Okay, everybody understands that what we're voting on right now is to amend the ordinance. So it's a motion to amend. Is there a second out there?
Second.
Yes.
Javik,
Yes.
Caldwell,
Yes.
Mohammed. Councilman Mohammed,
I got you. You can say it.
Yes.
Cosby,
No.
Coleman,
No.
Medina,
Yes.
Hickey,
Yes.
Yemakaitis,
Yes.
Mr. Strano.
Yes. Okay, the amended ordinance has passed. Can we now move into a motion? Or any comments from the public or the governing body? Seeing none. Request a motion to close the hearing and adopt.
Yes, Council President Pro Tem, I would like to make a motion to close the public hearing and request a second for that.
Second.
It
Ormont,
says close the public hearing and adopt.
And adopt.
Yes.
And request a second.
Right. Second.
Lisa. Ormont,
Yes.
Javik,
Yes.
Caldwell,
Yes.
Mohammed,
Yes.
Cosby,
No.
Coleman,
No.
Medina,
Yes.
Hickey,
Yes.
Yemakaitis,
Yes.
Mr. Strano.
Yes. Okay. Moving on. Ordinance number 6559.
Bond ordinance authorizing various capital improvements in and for the city of Linden, appropriating $576,400 therefore, and authorizing the issuance of $547,580 in bonds or notes to finance part of the cost.
Okay, is the ordinance been properly posted?
Yes,
and
sir.
published? Have we received any written communication?
No, sir.
Is there anyone that wants to be heard on ordinance number 6559? No, guess not. Okay, motion to adopt.
Council President Pro Tem, I move to close the public hearing of ordinance number 6559. Move for approval and request a second.
Second.
Armand,
Yes.
Javik,
Yes.
Caldwell,
Yes.
Councilman Mohammed, Councilman Mohammed,
Can you just shout through the mayor's,
Door.
Yes.
thank you.
Cosby,
Yes.
Yes.
Dina,
Yes.
Hickey,
Yes.
Yemakaitis,
Yes.
Mr. Strano.
Yes. Okay, ordinance number 65-60.
Bond ordinance providing an appropriation of $385,000 for the acquisition of HVAC equipment for City Hall for the Division of Buildings and Grounds, and authorizing the issuance of $365,750 in bonds or notes of the city for financing part of the appropriation.
Has the ordinance been properly published and posted?
Yes, sir.
Has any written communication been received?
No, sir.
Is there anyone wishing to be heard on this ordinance? Okay, seeing none, I don't see any raised hands or hear anybody. We need a motion and a second on that for,
Yes, I'd like to make a motion for approval of ordinance number 65-60 and request a second, please.
Armand,
Yes.
Davik,
Yes.
Caldwell,
Yes.
Mohammed,
Yes.
Cosby,
Yes.
Coleman,
Yes.
I said yes for me if you called me. I didn't hear you.
Thank you. Hickey,
Yes.
Yemakaitis,
Yes.
Mr. Strano.
Yes. Ordinance number 6561.
An ordinance to amend an ordinance entitled, an ordinance establishing a schedule of titles, salary ranges, and regulations for maintaining the classification and salary standardization plan of all employees of the city of Linden, passed August 15th, 1995, and approved August 16th, 1995, adding Schedule 4, PP8.
Has this ordinance been properly published and posted?
Yes, sir.
And has any written communication been received?
No, sir.
Is there anyone wishing to be heard on this ordinance? Hearing none, seeing none, I'm going to ask for a motion to close the hearing and adopt.
President Pro Tem, I move to close the public hearing on ordinance number 6561. Move for approval and request a second.
Did anybody second that? Lee? Hello?
Second,
Okay, yeah, let's Lisa. Thank you.
Ormond,
yes.
Davik,
Yes.
Caldwell. Yes. Mohammed. Councilman Mohammed,
Oh, and we can hear you through the wall.
Yes.
Perfect.
Cosby,
No.
Min,
Which ordinance is this again, Jen? I'm apologize.
6561 is the salary guide.
What's it changing?
No. It's the police and fire, John.
It's just police and fire?
We're told.
Joe?
But I don't do that no more.
I'm
Yes,
sorry,
sir.
Joe, I can't hear you. There's some interference.
Yes, it is police and fire in accordance with the MOUs that are being voted on.
And that's just it, police and fire. If it's just police and fire, I vote yes. If it's not, then I would vote no.
Dina,
Yes.
Yes.
Yemakaitis,
Yes.
Mr. Strano.
Yes. Move on to the consent agenda. All items listed with asterisks are considered to be routine by the city council and will be enacted with one motion. There will be no separate discussion on these items unless a council member so requests. This is items number 1 through number 4. Mr. Javik?
Council President Pro Tem, I move for and request a second.
Second,
Armand?
Yes.
Javik,
Yes.
Caldwell,
Yes.
Mohammed. Councilman Mohammed,
Yes.
Cosby,
Yes.
Min,
Yes.
Dina,
Yes, please.
Hickey,
Yes.
Yemakaitis,
Yes.
Mr. Strano.
Yes. Thank you. We're going to move on to committee reports and comments from the members of the governing body. We're going to start with Ward 1. Councilman Lamont, please.
Great. Thank you, Council President Pro Temp. I'm going to start off with my finance report, followed by my Division of Transportation and Parking report, and then the Linden Heritage and Cultural, and then my brief stuff about the ward. So for the budget review and finance, approval is requested for the following finance actions: the payment of bills totaling $3,703,369.80. Bills have been signed by the mayor, council president, and the finance chairwoman, and a detailed check register and vouchers are on file in the city clerk's office. We are in receipt of the investments made by the city treasurer for the month of November at a rate of 0.05%. I move for approval and ask for a second, please.
Second.
Armand,
Yes.
Javik,
Yes.
Caldwell,
Yes.
Mohammed,
Yes.
Cosby,
No.
Coleman,
Yes.
Medina. I'm sorry, was that a yes or a no?
Yes.
Thank you. Hickey,
Yes.
Yemakaitis,
Yes.
Mr. Sarno.
Yes. Continue on, Lisa.
Oh, yes, I just would like to make one correction, and I believe, Mr. Strano, you may have to abstain from a line item as well. Due to the festivities that we had for the Linden Heritage and Culture Committee, I believe both myself and Mrs. Strano have submitted receipts for reimbursement for things that we purchased for those festivals. So for those particular line items, I would personally like to abstain. And Council President Pro Tem Strano, I believe, like I said, yours may be in there as well. So just to be on the safe side, you should abstain from that particular line item.
Okay, obviously that's my bad because it's not listed in the finance report. But you're right, you're absolutely right. I will abstain.
It may be on the detailed check register, and I'm not quite sure, but just to be on the safe side, we should. Thank you so very much.
Welcome.
Okay, moving on to the Division of Transportation and Parking. I hereby submit the monthly financial report for the Division of Transportation and Parking for the month of November 2021. This report includes the collection of an on and off-street parking meters, railroad parking lots, railroad parking permits, and merchant parking permits. The Trenton side collections, $929. The New York side collections, $601. Railroad credit card transactions, $26,252.30. $0 for railroad permits. Online railroad permits, $228. Parking meter collections, $11,609.65, and merchant permits, $0, for the grand total of $39,619.95. This is submitted by Tyrone Gibbons, the traffic maintenance supervisor. Also, I just wanted to mention that for the holiday season, the parking meters are covered. So we are extending a holiday greeting by giving you free parking, the 2-hour parking, while you are shopping for our downtown merchants.
Lisa, you're on mute.
Oh, thank you. I'm sorry. The next report I would like to talk about is the tree lighting from the Linden Heritage and Culture Committee. For the festivities this year on December 3rd, we lit the tree and we did it outside. Due to COVID, we wanted to make sure that we maintained a safe and healthy event. We had s'mores, hot chocolate, hot pretzels, pictures with Santa Claus. We raffled off 4 bicycles. It was the largest crowd that I have seen in quite some time. A special thank you to Mike Bono and Rita Greco, who lit the tree for us, as well as to the SID district and our public property, who did an outstanding job at decorating our promenade and Olivewood Avenue. When you drive down the street, it is just absolutely breathtaking. And once again, the promenade was just lit. It's just amazingly beautiful. Thank you to all of our volunteers, including the Linden Madrigals who sang, and the Linden Dance Troupe under the direction of Mrs. Barbara Brady. So once again, thank you to everyone who made that event possible. Thank you, Mayor Armstead, for believing that this could happen outside and for allowing us to do this. I would also like to mention that we are getting ready to finalize our winners for the annual house decorating contest. So please light up your houses, and council members, if you have not submitted your 3 choices to the committee, please do so by tonight. We would like to announce our winners around the 29th, I believe, of December. So if you have some beautiful houses that are lit, please make sure you take pictures, let the committee know what the address is and what the cross streets are, so we can send our team out to view them while they're lit up. Okay. Next, I'd like to address some of the infrastructure that's going on in the ward. There's lots of it, but between the gas company and the water company, our streets are consistently being torn up, patched up, but it's a necessary evil. Replacing these lines now will save us major headaches later on. Please, when the signs say no parking, please adhere to the no parking. Even if you don't see work being done, please do not park your car there, because they may come later on in the afternoon and we cannot help if your car gets towed. It has to be followed. But on the flip side, we've had problems with some of the contractors parking their vehicles in front of handicap parking spaces while they're working on other streets. Call the police department, because whether they're working or not, they are not excused from parking in a handicap spot. So please keep that in mind. Last but not least, the winter is embarking and we are going to get snow. We're asking for everyone to please follow all guidelines for snow removal. And if you have a driveway, be kind, pull your car into your driveway so DPW, they're able to plow the streets. We do not own the parking spot in front of our house. I have some neighbors that have told me that neighbors are claiming that spot and are actually being rude and putting nasty notes on windows when somebody parks in front of their house. Do not do that. That is harassment. And I'm instructing any neighbor that gets a nasty note from somebody to please save it and turn it into the police department, because we do not own the streets. Once again, be kind to your neighbor, pull your cars off of the street in the event of a snowstorm, so it's going to be easier for everyone to be able to park once the snow is removed. And then I would also like to take this opportunity to wish a happy and healthy holiday season. Whether you have celebrated Hanukkah, whether you are celebrating the upcoming Christmas holiday or Kwanzaa, wishing your family the blessings and all the joy that the season has to bring, and a healthy and prosperous new year to all. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Good report. I just want to mention something regarding the holiday house decorating contest from the Linden Cultural Heritage. I was told this by guess who, that you can't have a repeat winner for 3 years. So when the council people are out there judging, just keep in mind that who won last year can't win this year. We have to move it around. Is that correct understanding, Lisa, or not?
Yes, that's correct. We don't like to have repeat winners, even though some of the people that won last year have doubled their lights. So we just have to, we want everyone to have a chance to win while we're also being fair. So, but thank you for that comment, President Pro Tem.
I can tell you on my street, I've got a contest going between 3 neighbors. Okay, Councilman Javik. Thank you, Councilman.
Council President Pro Tem. First, I'd like to start out with the personnel report. A, permission to hire 8 police officers pending the successful completion of background checks. B, accepting the resignation in good standing of police recruit Michael Berteri, effective November 15th, 2021. C, promotion of John Hikayas to police sergeant effective December 27, 2021 at the annual salary of $110,268. Under fire, number 2, A, promotion of Barry Kavarick to provisional fire captain effective 12/21/21 at the annual salary of $126,600. B, promotion of Joseph Smigelski to fire lieutenant effective 12/21/21 at the annual salary of $110,300. C, promotion of Jason Polobinko to deputy fire chief effective 12/21/21 at the annual salary of $154,130. The salary increase is waived from 12/21/21. 12/31. Promotion of Theodore Taberski to provisional fire captain effective 12/21/21 at the annual salary of $126,600. The increase is waived. The salary is waived from 12/21/21 through 12/31/21. E, promotion of Jonathan Olvinko to fire lieutenant effective 12/21/21 at the annual salary of $110,300. The increase is waived also from 12/21/21 through 12/31/21. Number 3, in the Treasury Department, A, the hiring of Richard Fegans Jr. as a provisional full-time principal accountant effective December 31st, 2021, with a start date of January 4th, 2022, at the annual salary of $85,000, pending the successful completion of all pre-employment requirements. A, amending the hire date of the next, COVID-19 general list to December 9th, 2021. B, amending the hire date of Hilton Conrad, COVID-19 general list to December 6th, 2021. 5, under recreation, A, approval of the seasonal list. B, amending the requirements for summer recreation leader to expand pool of applicants. C, the appointment of Bradley Cadet, recreation leader, full-time, at the annual salary of $34,548. December 27th, 2021, pending the successful completion of all pre-employment requirements. 6, engineering. A, permission to post statewide for 1 assistant engineer full-time. B, permission to post countywide and just countywide for 1 engineering aide.
Turn the mic back on. We can't hear him.
Good.
Okay.
Or either way around. Okay. You're off, right, Barry?
I'm off right now. So
Okay, go ahead. Go.
Okay. Okay, so let's see where to go. Okay, for 7. Services. Division of Public Works. A, the hiring of Roberto, the position of senior mechanic at the hourly rate of $32, pending successful completion of all pre-employment requirements, effective December 27th, 2021. B, the hiring of Junior Pozzi to the position of mechanics helper at the hourly rate $, pending the successful completion of all pre-employment requirements, effective December 27, 2021. C, permission to post for 3 truck drivers to fill existing vacancies. D, the approval of the seasonal list on file in the clerk's office. Under Division of Buildings and Grounds, A, permission to post for 2 full-time laborers at the hourly rate of $15. 8, underneath Social Services, A, the permanent appointment unclassified of John Watkins, Welfare Director, at the annual salary of $70,000, retroactively to December 1st, 2021. 9, budgetary moves, title changes, all effective from December 31st, 2021. A, Lucy Miranda to Clerk 2 at the annual salary of $39,321. B, Brenda Salas to Clerk 2 at the annual salary of $39,321. C, Tanya Balanskopf to Payroll Supervisor at the annual salary of $80,000, retroactive and subject to passage of the salary ordinance. D, Deidre Green to Clerk 3 at the annual salary of $49,451. E, Jessica Selinsky to Senior Purchasing Assistant at no increase in salary. F, Kelly Freeze to Clerk 2 at the annual salary of $39,321. G, Monica Slorska Nat to Clerk 3 at the annual salary of $49,451. H, Stephanie Ferswanger to Administrative Secretary at the annual salary of $63,440. I, Jasmine Steele to Clerk 2 at the annual salary of $45,582. J, Jennifer Honan, increase in salary to $95,000. K, Sandra Jackson to Administrative Secretary at the annual salary of $70,306. L, Dorado Katowski to Administrative Secretary at the annual salary of $77,318. M, Steve Broadman, increase in salary to $65,557. N, Gerald Bishop to Director of Custodial Services at the annual salary of $129,000. John Chabra to Maintenance Worker 3, grounds at the hourly rate of $25.50. P, David Russo to Maintenance Worker 1 at the hourly rate of $17. Q, Edward Fanier, salary increase to $88,652. R, Nicholas Melnick, salary increase to $88,652. S, increase to $66,813. T, Leanna White, salary increase to $47,575. U, Alex Laspinoso, salary increase to $40,500. V, David Martinez to Assistant Superintendent at the annual salary of $125,000. W, James Buckley to General Supervisor at the annual salary of $118,397. Daniel Olsky to General Supervisor at the annual salary of $118,397. Y, Sean Julia, Supervisor, Public Works at the annual salary of $78,152. Z, Tyrone Hinton to Heavy Equipment Operator at the hourly rate of $24.50. AA, Franklin Carrillo to Equipment Operator at the hourly rate of $24.50. BB, Roberta Thilling to Automated Sanitation Truck Driver at the hourly rate of $23.50. CC, Philip Ransom, salary increase to $28.88 an hour. DD, Joel Friedman to Radio Dispatcher at the hourly rate of $22.79. Ms. Florine to Tree Trimmer at the hourly rate of $17.79. Ruiz, Computer Service Technician from the Police Department IT Group to the Department of Service Division of Public Works at the annual salary of $51,191. GG, Merslaw Jadowski to Supervising Mechanic at the annual salary of $69,000. HH and Rox Crawford, salary increase to $50,698. Number 9, personnel. A, vacation carryover for 2022. B, granting of FMLA and JFMLA. The file is in the personnel department, on file. So I'd like to make a motion to accept the personnel report and ask for a second.
Second.
Okay, before we call the roll, I'm going to, I want to first thank the Department of Personnel Committee, and all department heads that have been involved for the hard work as these moves have been labored over for the entire past year. Before roll is called, I'm going to ask the City Attorney, Dan Antonelli, to remind Council of the rules of conduct as it relates to this vote.
Thank you, Council Pro Tem Strano. So yeah, again, as indicated earlier, the vote on the personnel report is exactly that. It's a yes or a no, or a yes, perhaps with abstentions to certain enumerated numbers that you want to abstain from, or so there is to be no separate discussion. That already took place in executive session. It's just a vote, yes, no, or you're abstaining on any number of items, and that's it.
Okay, thank you, Dan. I'm going to make this comment that if anybody violates that during this vote, they will be muted by our IT staff. So let's keep this clean, all right? Go ahead and call the roll.
Orban?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Mohammed?
Yes.
Osby?
I just have a question. I thought the public was able to ask questions.
Nope.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know that changed. Let me take my hand down. I'm absolutely voting no on all of this, but it's no personal. Just gotta vote no.
Bowman,
So there's no comments allowed on
By
this
the public.
several $100,000 expenditure?
You already are past the,
The public's not allowed to comment on it ever?
yes, no, or abstain,
I
or
vote
pick
yes.
out what you don't want to vote for.
Thank
That's
you,
it.
Council President Pro Tem.
What was the vote?
I voted yes.
Oh, thank you.
Medina,
Yes.
Icky,
Yes.
Yemakaitis,
Yes.
Mr. Straddle.
Yes. Thank you again to all those people that toiled over this for the past year. It was very difficult and appreciate all your hard work. Okay, Barry, go ahead.
Yes, Council President Pro Tem. Okay. And, Chairman of
The
the
candy, we celebrate.
Yes, no thing.
Can you please mute yourself, Mayor? Thank you.
Fire Committee, the Fire Prevention Bureau collected the following monies during the month of November 2021. A total of $5,625.87. Regarding the Linden Fire Department ambulance billing, the amount of $61,806.80 for November 2021 have been added to the total deposits for 2021, totaling $710,273.21. Good evening. First and foremost, I want to wish everyone happy holidays. Another year will be upon us soon. As a nation, even in the most difficult of times, we're truly blessed to live in America. The second ward, work continues on our streets. On West Elm Street, sidewalks and corners are being prepared with the grading and paving to follow. The water company has also been installing cylinders at the curb line with the goal to eventually get everyone's water meters outside. We're anticipating Saturday, January 8th at 11 a.m. for a dedication, ribbon cutting, and opening of the park. So please bring your dog down to get a family picture. We're going to have Sparky the firehouse dog also present for that picture. The second ward residents, I want you to know, I drove around the ward the other night, taking pictures for the holiday house decorating contest. And one of you will be receiving a gift card to the winning home. I want to thank you for your holiday spirit and lighting up our city. Are on the rise in Linden. If you see something that offends you, graffiti, garbage, etc., please let me know. We're all in this together and we need to be content to continue to enjoy our lives in Linden. Reach out to me at 908-494-4608 or email me at bjavick@linden-newjersey.gov. And of course, on Facebook at Second Ward Councilman Barry Javick. I also encourage you to visit our City of Linden website for any and all information. Happy holidays, Happy New Year to all. President Pro Tem and the report.
Thank you, Councilman. Seeing that Councilwoman Caldwell is having a hard time speaking, I can definitely sympathize with you. What you have, I had last week, and it absolutely took my voice away. If you would like to say anything or try to, go right ahead.
Thank you, Councilman Pro Tem. I just want to wish everyone a happy holiday and don't let your guard down. I was tested positive with COVID-19. My husband has it too. My kids, they're negative, thank God. Just, get vaccinated. I don't feel that great, but I think I would feel worse if I wasn't vaccinated. So I just want to wish everyone in the third ward a happy New Year, Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa. And That's the end of what, and I'm going to ask to sign off to be excused.
Thank you, Councilwoman. I appreciate the effort that it took to get that out. I did not have COVID-19. I tested negative on Saturday, but I had a real bad upper respiratory type of into my sinuses or whatever it was. But you could ask Mr. Bodick. You could ask the mayor. I couldn't make the event last Wednesday, and they tried to call me and ask me where I was. I couldn't even answer him on the phone. Thank God I tested negative, though. I wish you well, Councilwoman, and a speedy recovery.
Thank you. Good night. Good night.
Good night now. Councilman Mohammed, are you with us?
Thank you, Council President Pro Tem, my dear neighbors and constituents. This month has been busy as usual.
Can
I enjoy being able to assist you with a host of issues, including leaf removal, park maintenance, public work concerns, and so on. You should know that I personally visited our wonderful public works crew at their location at 700 Lower Road, bright and early this morning, 5:50 to be exact, as they began their daily assignment. To say the place was buzzing with activity is an understatement. I observed a well-oiled machine, action and productivity, poetry in motion, sewer crew, tree crew, leafers unit, road crew, garbage trucks rolling, all unfolded simultaneously before my eyes like a well-choreographed play. Thanks to each and every one of the city employees for their dedication and professionalism. Additionally, I'm delighted to inform you that the fourth wall security camera installation is complete. Next step will be PSNG will perform inspection power. Verizon will connect to the internet. Then final camera angles adjustments, and we'll be up and running. Special thanks to Steve Broadman and our Division of Engineering who drove this project. Finally, one of the real joys of the holiday season is my opportunity to say thank you and wish you and your loved ones the very best for the new year. God bless you, God bless Linden, and God bless America. That concludes my report, Council President Pro Tem.
Thank you, Councilman. Councilwoman Cosby?
Yeah, that's my name. You sound like you were asking a question. Excuse me.
Trying to ask myself a question.
What'd you say?
I was asking myself a question.
Oh, yeah, I'm here.
Thank you.
So I don't have a report because I didn't write a report, but I'm going to report that there is a project in our neighborhood, and it's the water, not the water company, gas company. They're busting up the streets. They're putting them in. I don't understand how come the Fifth Ward can't get a nixle, just like other wards get nixle notifications when our streets are going to be closed. And it actually caused a problem in our ward with a school bus not being allowed to pick up a handicapped student over here on Union Street. So that's a thing. And I've been saying that for years. If there's a cop dispatched on overtime, then for goodness sakes, at least let the council member know that a street's going to be closed so we can notify the neighbors accordingly. Also, the Shade Tree Commission met. I had an opportunity to go to that meeting since I had my obligation was canceled. And it should be noted, people want trees, but their budget hasn't been increased. So don't complain about I didn't get a tree. If the budget doesn't increase, we can't plant trees all over the city, which we know is beneficial to the city in the end. I do know that there's a need at the rent leveling board for for members. So they're looking for members. If anybody's interested in serving, they can submit their information, their volunteer form for that. And I just wanted to say how funny it was. I don't remember when the rules changed. I do remember the public used to be able to ask questions when we weren't allowed to speak on the personnel report. While some of the stuff was well warranted, a great deal was despicable. And so I continue to vote no on the reports. But that just, begs the question for the regular citizen. I wanted to just wish the city of Linden residents and business owners and patrons a healthy new year. And as you continue into the holiday season, do be vigilant, because whether you're vaccinated or not, COVID is real and people are getting sick. So that concludes my report.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Councilman Roman. I sound like I'm asking a question. I'm just going through my mind through the roster. I don't have anything in front of me.
All good, Council President Pro Temp, I'm here. Thank you, Council President Pro Temp, and members of council. I will have a quick report. I just wanted to go over a few things. I just got in from testing over 300 people at our COVID testing center at my job that I had set up. The COVID numbers are absolutely exploding. And I have a great fear that the numbers are going to really, really increase after this holiday season, because this one seems to be spreading as easily as the rest have ever. And it looks like a flu at first. Everyone who's positive is sniffling at first. So just please be safe and be careful. Previously, I had set up with a company that I am using at my job to do a COVID-19 testing center at the VFW. I had advertised it for tomorrow, purposely 2 days before the holiday, before everyone went and seen their families, because I want people to get their results to know whether or not they were sick or not, so they didn't go spread it to their elderly families or whatever. The tests have been very successful. I've tested 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 people myself over the last year, and these tests have been very successful. My flyer went out earlier this week, and I guess when I invited all of council to come, I guess the mayor took offense to it somehow that my name was on it, so that he released a flyer removing my name. It's the same flyer. He removed my name. He put his name on it. I don't have an ego. I don't care to have an ego. I was just trying to help some people. So I've canceled it. There will be no testing center to help the people of Linden, not just my ward. It was open to anyone that wanted to come. The lines are out the doors at these medical centers, and I had done to help some people out a lot. I got a lot of phone calls, but I apologize, given that the mayor, wanted to do his own thing. I'm going to let him do his own thing. I don't want to step on his heels or his ego, so we'll let him do it in the future. A couple years late, but he'll get to it, I'm sure. As for the fall, I'd really like to thank DPW. They've done a really great job by us with the leaves here in the 6th Ward. They've been actually doing a great job on everything. I really appreciate them. I'm still thinking back to Ida and how they all helped us out. So that being said, happy holidays, Merry Christmas to everyone, Happy New Year. We'll see you in the new year, but really, honestly, go get tested. It seems like a common cold at this point, but you will spread it to your families. And, that's the reason that hospitalization numbers are going up. That's the reason that COVID numbers are continuing to climb faster than they ever have. So please go get tested before you go see your loved ones. Thank you, Council President Pro Tem. That concludes my report.
Thank you, Councilman. I would also urge people to go for the PCR test as opposed to the rapid test, because some of the rapid tests can be false negatives.
Yeah, we were offering actually both there, Council President Pro Tem, but you know, we'll get it going.
Okay, all right. Councilman Blaine is excused this evening. Councilman Medina.
Yes, thank you, Council President Pro Temp. I also have a short report. I just wanted to just not quickly recap 2021, but just want to thank everyone that has helped everyone in the Ninth Ward, including myself, with some of the projects and initiatives for the Ninth Ward. And just want to just quickly thank everyone across the board for doing an amazing job. And again, showing the people of Linden that, you know, they work for them. They work for the residents of Linden. They help and support and to the best of their abilities and help projects come to fruition. But again, just everyone from City Hall, DPW, police and fire, everyone really, everyone really comes together to really provide an amazing service here in the city of Linden. I say this time and time again, I don't think there's any other town in Union County or even in New Jersey that do what we do. We make it personal. And the folks that are moving in, especially the recent folks that are moving in from the city and other parts of New Jersey, they tell me all the time, like, oh my God, I didn't expect the council person to call me back or, you know, show up on my doorstep or just have a conversation. They are so used to just being punned off to someone in City Hall or whatnot. And we really do bring a lot of value to the residents here of Linden. And I look forward to continuing that in the coming years, especially in 22. And you know, and having everyone here in the city assist in some future projects and endeavors and whatnot when it comes to the Ninth Ward. So just wanted to, again, just quickly thank everyone and congratulate everyone on their promotions and whatnot here in the city of Linden, specifically DPW. Again, they do an amazing job. I was there this morning, excuse me, not this morning, this around noonish. I learned about the pizza or holiday event that they had there, and I was able to bring down some coffee and some donuts as a treat, and was able to say a few words along with Councilman Muhammad. Again, the city of Linden, we really are unique here in Union County, and I just want to emphasize that because we offer an amazing service. Besides that, you know, everything is going great in the ward. We just wrapped up. Again, big thanks to engineering. I thanked them yesterday. We wrapped up Northwood Avenue. That road hasn't been paved in, I think, a little bit over 40 years. I'm still trying to get in contact with former Councilman Bob Frazier, who moved out of New Jersey. He's down with his son in South Carolina, and I can't seem to find his cell phone number to send him the pictures of the newly paved road, because I know that will make him very happy. Even though he's not here anymore, you know, he's very excited to hear that we finally we're going to go pave it, and I want to share those images with him. But again, everyone is a great example of collaboration with Roselle, engineering, DPW, mayor's office, just everyone to really pull off that project from Amsterdam all the way to Raritan Road. It's a long stretch that's shared by two towns. So it was a very impressive project. And again, I give thanks to many people. We still have a lot of roads that are left that needs to be paved in the Ninth Ward. I submitted my wish list months ago to engineering. I got Rosewood on the list, Birchwood, Fernwood, Livingston Road. I have so many. I have maybe another 8 to 12 roads or sections of road that I would like to see get paved the next 3 years, and other improvements within the Ninth Ward. Unfortunately, no sidewalks again this year, but we talked about it yesterday in Council Caucus, and hoping that maybe start some new initiatives to possibly bring in a contractor and whatnot instead of waiting for the bids. Yeah, we do have a lot of sidewalks. I know I have a lot of sidewalks, and I want to make sure that we still have the money for the Ninth Ward in there, because I have a ton of it, tons of sidewalks that are very dangerous. So I'm hoping that either the city goes back to implementing their own internal team to address the sidewalk issues, or again, hire a contractor like we do with tree services just to address these issues in a timely manner versus waiting to go out for bid, resolution, et cetera, and et cetera. But again,
Armando,
time?
I don't want to cut you off, but you've run over your time about a minute ago.
Oh, sorry about that. But I just want to wish everyone a happy holiday, Merry Christmas. Everyone safe, be safe out there. And I could always be reached by cell phone or email. That concludes my report. Thank you, Council President Pro Tem.
Thank you, Councilman. Councilwoman Gretchen Hickey.
Thank you, Council President Pro Tem. Very short. Well, first, I want to let everybody know that casino night at Linden Housing Authority, I received official word today that it has been canceled due to COVID. We don't want to take any chances. Oh, I see Council President Yamakaitis is upset. That's one of her favorite nights with her family. But hopefully in the future, we have to be safe for everyone. A lot less work for me to enjoy some time. I just want to wish all of our employees a very Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year. I want to thank you for all that you've done throughout the year. I can't single anybody out because there's so many of you. Most of you are truly dedicated and amazing to our city and to my residents in the 10th Ward. To my fellow council members, thank you for your patience, your understanding. And again, I wish all of you a very, very Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year with love, friendships, health, happiness, and doing great things for the citizens of Linden. And to the citizens of Linden, I hope you had an amazing Hanukkah, a very Merry Christmas. I appreciate all of you, your time, your patience, your support. And that concludes my report. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Council President Michelle Yamakaitis, do you want to make a few statements?
Yeah, I just want to congratulate Wayne Hands and Janice Risco on their retirement. Thank them for their service to the city. And I'd like to wish everyone very happy holidays and a prosperous new year. I want to thank all the council members for all their support this past year. And just stay safe, everyone, with this COVID going around. You know, limit your gatherings. Okay? So, Happy New Year, everyone.
Thank you, Michelle. Happy New Year to you. Mayor Armstead, would you like to make your report at this time?
Yes, good evening, everyone, and Councilman President Pro Tem Strano. I hope you beg my indulgence as I do have some additional COVID stuff I'd like to report on this evening. You know, I'd like to first start out to address the situation that the 6th Ward Councilman brought up with regards to the testing site. Last night, shortly after he announced he was having a testing location set up, I immediately received a call from our city attorney, and he basically reminded me of that such events should not be coordinated by council members. And having done such events in the past, I realized the importance, you know, of his remarks. You know, he basically discussed things such as making sure that you have OAM involved, the police involved, making sure that the Board of Health is properly notified, making sure that my office is properly notified. He mentioned things such as the fact that we have to be very careful when we take people's names up. I'm looking for the actual law when we talk about names. But it's actual, you know, you can't just take information from people because it becomes very, it can't get in the wrong hands, for lack of better words. So that being said, at no time did we say that we couldn't proceed with the event. We just said that it had to fly under a different banner, you know, because if you're going to announce that once a councilman puts his name, we're doing a vaccination or a testing, then the city becomes liable to a certain extent. And that's not to say too much can happen when you're being tested, but God knows things do happen. And that's why we take every precaution when we do these things to notify the police department, the mayor's office, OAM, the Board of Health. We have a protocol that we adhere to when we do these type of things. I don't advise. I don't know why it was canceled. It should not be canceled. I mean, if it's in fact the intention of any council member to provide such a service, and their heart is genuinely endeared and they want to help people, by providing a test. And certainly that is flying under the city's banner now should not be any reason to discontinue that. And I would urge that you would reconsider canceling such an event since it's been advertised. Because and the question is were you doing it to was it about you, or is it about the residents? So if it's about the residents, then I would encourage you to reconsider what your statement is about canceling it, because we don't feel it should be canceled. We think we think that we should continue in this direction. It just has to be done properly. Council members have no business, that's you nor any other council member, setting up any type of clinics or testing facilities without the advice and consent of the governing body, and that's something you didn't do. So that's why bells and whistles went off when this whole thing came about. And don't think it was the mayor who, for some crazy reason, was angry because your name is on it. Come on. We've done a number of clinics. We've done testing. We do it on a regular basis. And to that end, I'd like the legal person who called me immediately after you gave that report last night and told me what was wrong with what you were doing. And it wasn't me that told you couldn't do it. It was the attorney who told me, get a handle on this thing right away, Mayor. Get a handle on it right away. And we took action immediately last night. Okay, Mr. Antonelli, would you care to elaborate on this whole situation a little bit for us more?
Sure, Mayor, and I'll be quick. Thank you. So yeah, it goes to a more fundamental a point, I think, in the way in which the city of Linden operates under the Wildwood Act here. Under the Wildwood Act, the mayor, both by statute, and it's a very old law, by the way, there's only a handful of municipalities throughout the state of New Jersey that operate under the Wildwood Act, one of them being actually the city of Summit. The others are down in South Jersey. But in any event, by statute and by ordinance, by city code, the mayor is the chief executive officer of the city, and the mayor runs the day-to-day operations of the city. So clearly, running a clinic, doing any other sort of service would fall under the umbrella, if you will, of the day-to-day services. Once you look at it that way, you begin to recognize the problem with it. In addition to that, and as the mayor had pointed out, there's all hands on deck. Obviously, we're in a global pandemic. This is not something as simple as, picking up, I shouldn't say picking up garbage because that's not simple, but blowing leaves, for example. So all hands are to be on deck. Other departments within the city are to be called upon to participate in such a testing a clinic or a vaccination clinic, whatever the case may be. And again, it's through the mayor's office that gets coordinated, and not by a member of council. And it goes without saying too, once the city puts its handprint on this type of event, or any type of event from that, liability implications come into play. So liability in the event someone gets hurt, perhaps they're tested improperly. There's also HIPAA laws that need to be complied with regard to patient information. So there's a host of things that go into this, and it was for that reason that I felt it necessary to call the mayor and apprise him of this and to take action. So it's for all those reasons, collectively and individually, that the action was taken. And again, everybody needs to recognize and understand that the mayor is the chief executive officer in the city of Linden and runs the day-to-day operations. And that's to be, any such activities should be coordinated with him and through his office. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Dan. Mayor, we're well past the 5 minutes, but I think that wraps that up. Is there anything else you want to discuss?
Yeah, I got some other things that I would like to announce this evening. Again, I do apologize, but I do think that's very important that we discuss that. And again, in the wake of the problems that we had as recent as 6 months ago with our Board of Health, losing the director, not having an actual Board of Health. I think that, anything that we do, we can't go into it willy-nilly and shooting from the hip. We have to do it properly, and that's just that's the way I feel.
Let's move on, Mayor. We're on to the next item.
Okay, let me move on to my actual report then, okay? I got some great news for the residents of Linden, and it's the LCP property known as the Linden Chlorine Plant. This is a 26-acre Superfund site, which was the only one in the city of Linden. It's now officially owned by the city of Linden. The property had approximately $30 million in tax liens, which is officially off the city's tax rolls now. And I'd like to thank Stacy Carone, Paul Rickey, our planner, and Alex Laspinoso for working on this project for many years now. We are now in the process of negotiating a financial agreement to provide an economic benefit for this abandoned property. Along with that, we're also working with Mueller Bowling. They are grant writing to acquire more federal grants to build a rail line into the property, so we can receive a host community benefit fee. Thus, an additional economic benefit will be provided with this long-awaited project. Some other good news. Citizen Linden, on December 9th, we had a ribbon cutting for the Citizen Linden located at 307 West Elizabeth Avenue. That is the former JTG property. We have called it City Village, but somehow a new name was given to it called the Citizen Linden. But we'll take it. What's in the name? Only thing I can say is the building looks amazing. And I can even say it's the nicest mixed-use development that we have in town. And I'm very proud of it. The development houses 234 modern units with 292 parking spaces, along with 4,500 square feet of on-site retail. The developer is pre-leasing now, and we're happy to welcome them to our community. Over 600 people have applied to live there. These are people who are everything from teachers to carpenters and electricians and tradesmen. And they're certainly welcome in our community, and they will be an added benefit to our downtown area. And speaking of which, the SID, if you drive down Wood Avenue evening, it's hard to miss the Christmas decorations and lights in our SID district. I'd like to thank Mike Bono and Mickey Ponticello and the SID board for doing another fantastic job with the decorating of our Wood Avenue. Mike, I give you a 10 of 10. What a great job. Other news, Wawa. Wawa was approved by our planning board a week ago, and we're excited to have our second Wawa here in Linden. It's set to open in spring of 2022, and it will be located at Legacy Square, which is the old General Motors property. We've worked on this for a very long time, and we're very excited to see it come. And it's going to be in addition to some of the many restaurants that we have there now. Okay, Department of Community Services. Okay, today we held a luncheon for the Department of Community Services to show how we appreciate all their hard work that they do on a daily basis and their outstanding efforts during Hurricane Ida. We had pizza delivered from Pizza Village 3 on Southwood Avenue, a business that had to relocate to the closing of the old Walmart property. And he was very grateful that we would even think to give him the business. And he's, believe it or not, although he's on the lower end of Wood Avenue, he's doing very well there. And I think that every business in town is going to do well if we continue to move in the direction that we've been moving in. Holiday events I want to talk about. On December 3rd, we hosted our annual tree lighting ceremony where we honored Rita Greco and Mike Bono for all their outstanding work they've done for the city of Linden. The children were able to take pictures with Santa and Frosty the Snowman, make s'mores, and enjoy many of the festivities. I'd like to thank the performers and the Linden ROTC for participating in this great event. This Saturday, we had breakfast with Santa. I had the pleasure of meeting many Linden families, and it warmed my heart to see the smiles on the faces of all our young children. I would like to thank everyone who came out to enjoy the holiday festivities and everyone who volunteered and helped put this enormous event together, or these enormous events together. We're having a coat drive. We're going to be hosting our annual coat drive this Thursday, December 23rd from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. in front of the John T. Gregorial Center, along with KMSA, that's Kayode McKinnon Soccer Academy. We are still accepting coat donations. Boxes will be located at all the firehouses until tomorrow evening and at City Hall until Thursday morning, 7 a.m. And last but certainly not least, I'd like to congratulate Wayne Hance on his retirement, Janet Risco on her retirement, and Joe Birch on his retirement. All have worked tirelessly to make our city a great place to live. And I want to thank them for all of their years of service. I'd like to also wish all a very happy and prosperous holiday season, and may all have a great new year. And that concludes my report, Mr. President. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mayor. Do I get to talk now?
Sure you do.
Thank you. I just wanted to, first I want to apologize to the entire staff of the Department of Community Services. As you mentioned, that today was their holiday luncheon. And it really, the onus is on me because I am the committee chair, but I wasn't able to squeeze it into my schedule. But I promise you next year I will be there. Thanking you all for all your hard work in person. I'll be retired, so I'll be able to make it. I'd like to extend my well wishes to all of the people that were promoted, people that are retiring, but I also want to extend my wishes for happy holidays to all of Linden. Wish you all a happy, healthy, and productive new year in 2022. For sure, our resilience has certainly been taxed in the recent 2 years. Okay, we're going to move into resolutions. Mr. Bodick, you're going to just make comment
If you
on.
could, yeah. Just for a matter of clarification, Resolution 2021-400 reads Department of Environmental Protection. It should read United States Environmental Protection Agency. So it's the EPA, not the DEP. It's correct in the resolution. It's a mistake on the agenda description.
Thank you, Mr. Clark. So we need a motion for resolutions number 2021-395 to 2021-430. Mr. Councilman Mohammed?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you're up on this. This is 4 and 5.
Yes, sir. I'd like to offer a motion, Council President Pro Tem. I'd like to offer a motion that resolution, let's get it,
Lord have mercy.
resolution 2021 through to 395 to 2021 to 430 be adopted, and I ask for a second, Robert.
Second.
Second.
Yes.
Javik,
Yes.
Mohammed,
Yes.
Okay. I am going to abstain on 427, 428, 429, and 430. And I'm voting no to 417, 418, and yes to the rest.
Roman. Councilman Roman,
Yes, Deputy Clerk, just give me one moment. I'm calculating my votes here. I'm going to abstain from 417. I would like to vote no on, please, I had it. I'm just gonna vote yes to the rest because I can't find the one I wanted to vote against at this present time, but we were sent a few different agendas. I apologize. So yes to the rest.
thank you. Medina,
Yes.
Hickey,
Yes.
Yamakitis,
Yes.
Mr. Strano.
Yes. Okay, at this time, we're going to go into comments from the public. No personal or derogatory comments will be made. You're not to exceed 3 minutes. We ask that due to the current health crisis, that questions and or statements be limited to items on the agenda only. Thank you for your cooperation. Please raise your hand on the Ring Central site and wait to be recognized. That we have somebody has their hand raised by the name of Jen. We recognize you at this time. Hey, Jen, you're unmuted. You can speak.
The mayor stated that there is a testing site, and I know there was a vaccine clinic.
Hold on a second. Jen, can you hold on 1 second?
Sure.
You need to tell us your name and address.
Oh, Jennifer Brook, 1551 Dill Avenue in Linden.
Thank you, Jen. I'm sorry.
Council President Pro Temp, I
can't hear that person.
I forgot. Okay, the mayor said that there's, I know there was a vaccine site that he had at the PAL building, but where is the testing center? Because a lot of residents in Linden that have COVID need a testing site. I know Elizabeth has a pop-up tent on Broad Street in front of Easy Pickens. That's where I go to get tested because places are crowded. The mayor of Elizabeth has been given updates. Trinitas Hospital is loaded with COVID. They have Jennifer Brook. They have 38 patients in Trinitas Hospital with COVID. If you go on his website, it tells you how many people have it. He also is shutting down businesses at 2 a.m. and you must wear masks. What is Linden doing to help prevent or know what to do when we're not getting any updates? And where is the testing center that he says he has? So I could tell people that now think they have COVID.
Later. Jen?
Yes?
This is Councilman Strano. We'll address this publicly later. We're not in a, this is a public comment portion of the meeting. It's not a question and answer part of the meeting.
Oh, okay, because he mentioned that there was testing sites. I want to know where the testing sites are.
Yeah, we'll address it later, okay? Thank you.
Thank you.
Next up, we have C. Woods.
Every time we have our vaccination clinic, we have testing.
Hey, you're not
I'm
on.
sorry.
Oh,
Can you
I'm
hear me
sorry.
now?
Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't know I was on mute. I wasn't muted. I'm sorry.
You're live.
Can you hear me now?
Yes. Is this C. Woods?
Yep, this is C. Woods.
Yes, we can hear you. You have to have your name and address for the record, please.
C. Woods, and that's going to be 1108 Wheat Sheaf Road.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. I just want to know, can someone please tell me who comes up with these pay scales? No, never mind. I would only be lied to. How anyone on this council can vote for such egregious salaries on some of these positions when you have people who protect and serve this community and have not been made whole. It's almost comical if it wasn't so sad that the priorities of this council is to please their leader and not work for the people who elected them. It's a shame when you take your values and decide that you don't matter anymore and decide that they don't matter anymore. You know, that's just a part of that salary that went on. Okay, that was just a statement. Next statement. Okay, this year I lost my husband and was thinking about moving out of town, downsizing. So I called Mrs. Ormond, who is my councilwoman, and asked her about residency. She said, oh yes, I understand. When you lose an income, you may not be able to afford this area. What? That's not what I asked. I just want to be able to move if the town changes and keep my job. She said that people in City Hall have asked and been denied. I explained to her that dispatchers wear uniforms with badges and work for the police department. And should be allowed to move after 2 years. And if we worked for City Hall, we would have been at least compensated for when City Hall shuts down for COVID or Juneteenth or just because. They don't. We don't. But we work next to people who live in other towns. And I'm quite sure there are people that live in other towns and work in the city of Linden. You know, and you have these apartments that the mayor says that are, you know, you have these people that are moving in. Can the people that work in City Hall with that minimum wage afford those apartments? I'm still waiting for an answer. Okay, and my last statement, speaking of liability, I have a neighbor who lives next to me, been here for 2 years. A year ago, almost to the day, my neighbor's car was hit by a city snowplow. He doesn't speak much English, so I help him when I can with paperwork. The police were riding behind this vehicle when it was hit and immediately took the report. He filled out all of the paperwork that the city required. Then he received a letter in the mail stating that the city could not afford to pay for his damages. What is this about when city vehicles can run into your car and not be held accountable? He was parked legally and had no fault of his own. His vehicle was hit. Someone needs to contact him as soon as possible. If you need his information, contact me, Ms.
Ms.
Warren.
Woods, I'm going to interrupt you. Your 3
I'm
minutes.
done. I'm done. That's it. And Merry Christmas and Happy New Year's. And I
I
hope
wish-
that fell on somebody's ears, okay? Anybody. Make us whole. Make us whole.
Did Mr. Okay, put his hand down. Okay. We have Ed Kaminsky. What? Yes. Ed, are you there?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, Ed, we can. Please name and address.
Yes, good evening. Ed Kaminsky, Maple Avenue in Linden, of course. Merry Christmas to all on the dais and best wishes in the new year and to everybody for that matter. Just as an FYI, for what it's worth, when I tried to get the documents in the website, I have pretty good antivirus. It did come up. It wouldn't let me get in. It said that the website was compromised. So maybe it's something that our folks need to look into, FYI. I'm going to repeat what the Councilwoman Cosby mentioned, the rent leveling board membership. We definitely do need members. Members are desperately needed. You know, there is nothing. You know, we all take our liberty in coming on and doing our civic duty and giving feedback to our council folks and working with them. But also, you know, it is very rewarding and you should give back as well. And it's an opportunity to help folks and move the city forward. So definitely, if you know anybody, please fill out the forms or your council folks and, you know, do so. Just one question, when are the meetings coming back in person? I know with this new variant, things may be a little bit up in the air, but I know that the Board of Ed and other boards and other towns are already back in person. I know there was issues with actual, you know, with City Hall being redone. However, you know, it's not working. You know, 2 years plus going on the third year. It's just very hectic. I don't know whether it's a system, whether people, combination thereof. We've all had technical issues at work, but nothing even remotely as close as to, you know, some of these meetings. And it becomes very, very distracting and you lose a lot there. So I hope you look forward a priority on moving back in person. I think it would help a lot. You know, speaking of COVID, have we hired a new health director? I think reading between the lines, I heard a comment a short while ago. Hopefully that is the case. I mean, and I hope more importantly, we really fix the issues that left Linden with their pants down, you know, during the worst pandemic in over 100 years, where we were left in that situation with not only health director, but others, if I remember correctly, from the health department leaving. Should not happen. And I don't know how it wasn't even a topic of discussion. And then cleanliness and repair on Wood Avenue. I mean, the sidewalks, I mean, folks, these aren't things that are buried in deep, dark corners of Linden. You literally walk out of City Hall, you look to the block to the right, or all the blocks in front of you. Please, I encourage you all to take walks out there. We paid $3 million just a little bit more than 3 years ago for new walks. And, you know, they're just so disgusting with spray paint, gum. And now they're ripped up and they're being replaced, the white concrete with black asphalt. It looks absolutely awful. And again,
I hate to cut you off. Your time is up, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Birch.
Good evening, sir. Joseph Birch, 625 Beechwood Road, Linden. Just want to say congratulations to Investigator John Halkias on his well-deserved promotion to sergeant. It's for a position that I believe was vacated by my retirement. However, I was wondering if anyone knows if I'm supposed to be in work tomorrow, because for the second meeting in a row, my name has failed to be listed on any of the council documents as an actual retiree. While I appreciate Mayor Armstead's well wishes both on this evening and on November 22nd, I think we all know that under the Wildwood Act, an actual act by this council to formally read my name would be required to some capacity. I'd also like to congratulate the well-rested members of the Linden Fire Department on their promotions, and to Deputy Chief Hans on his retirement. And last, but definitely not least, thank you to every other city employee who was not mentioned by name this evening for coming in day after day to do the job that you do. Because while your efforts may have gone unmentioned, they definitely did not go unnoticed. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Thank you, good night.
Merry Christmas, Mr. Birch. Thank you. Okay, thank you. I think at this time we close the public comments portion of the meeting. We don't have any other hands up, right? No, Hans did have his hand up before me. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, we're going to need a motion to close the public comment portion of the meeting. Somebody please make that motion.
Yes, thank you, Council President Pro Temp. I'd like to make a motion to close the public portion of the meeting and ask for a second, please.
Arman,
Yes.
Havoc,
Yes.
Mohammed, Cosby,
They got you.
Councilwoman Cosby,
Unmute yourself.
I'm right here. I'm sorry.
Mr. Payne,
Hold on. What's the question?
call to close public comment.
Oh, absolutely.
Coleman,
Yes.
Dina,
Yes.
Yes.
Yemakaitis,
Yes.
Mr. Strano.
Yes, and I'd just like to remind Councilman Javik that if he wants to try to erase Councilwoman Ormond in a word race, you're going to lose. Okay, now it's time for comments from members of the governing body. Your time, I think, is limited to a minute. Councilwoman Ormond, I know you can get about a booking in a minute.
Thank you, Council President Pro Temp. I just would like to state that I am also in agreement that these virtual meetings are not the easiest things to deal with. It's not working. But what's working is me being healthy, my family being healthy, my children being healthy and COVID-free. This virus is spreading, and if anyone honestly feels as though we should come back into a tight chamber, my answer is going to be no. My children, and like I said, in my family, they're my utmost priority. And if you don't understand that, there's really nothing I can say or do for you. But once again, health and happiness to everyone who is out there. And also, we need to address the residency issue. I agree, but I was not rude as it seemed like I was, just pretty much stating, you know what, we have policies to follow, and I can't do anything for anyone without the whole total council agreeing on it. Once again, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
Thank you, Councilwoman. I see that Councilwoman Hickey is next up on the list.
Thank you. First and foremost, I'd like to thank Wayne Hans and Janice for their service to Linden for so many years. They're very valuable, and I'm very grateful to have known them and actually call them friends. Secondly, our friend Joe Birch called in, 10th Ward resident, who has always been there for so many, dedicated his time, his efforts, always going the extra mile. And he's truly appreciated but you're truly missed. You will be missed, Joe. I hope Palm Beach does well for you. I got a kick out of you being on the meeting tonight when you're in sunny Florida, but you know, it is what it is. Everybody loves Linden when they grew up there. I'd like to let the council know that I will be happy to address Jennifer Brooke and let her know when there's times for COVID and places to be tested and so forth and so on. Additionally, again, a very, very Merry Christmas. Thank you to our employees, my fellow council members, and I'm wishing all of us an absolutely better and happy New Year. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Councilman Medina.
Thank you, Council President Pro Tem. Just real quickly, I know Ms. Brooks came on online in the public comments, and I just wanted to add that, you know, St. George's Pharmacy and Care Station and MD, Emergency MD right on St. George Avenue. I can tell you I get tested weekly just for my peace of mind. There's never any lines. Even today, there was no lines. A lot of folks are not aware. So maybe if the mayor could put some sort of a PSA out there with these businesses, I think he did in the past. They're offering testing, and you know what? You'll be surprised. There's like no one in there. You'll see a line at Walgreens and CVS, but these small local family-owned pharmacies and whatnot, and these urgent care facilities, there's no lines at all. So I just want to make sure that folks know that that's available, and go get tested. Just be safe and take as much precaution as you need to take care of yourself and your family. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman. I have a Councilman Barry E. Javik with his hand up.
Yes, Council President Pro Tem, I'd just like to congratulate all who received promotions and all our new retirees, and again, wish everyone happy holidays and happy New Year.
Okay, and last but not least, Mayor Armstead, you have your hand up.
May I mute myself? Yes, good evening. One of the residents who came to the microphone mentioned that there was an accident that occurred near her home or with one of her neighbors. I would ask you to bring that letter to me. You know, if the city has issued a letter saying that we can't pay or we won't pay, I'd like to see it so I could further investigate, because that would make me happier than to be able to assist that employee. The other thing is, I mean, there was a request made to be able to move out of town. And I will never agree to allowing city employees to move out of town. I think that our city employees, my job is to make sure our city employees can afford to stay in town. And I think by bringing some of the new businesses in town and the revenues that we're trying to generate in this town will allow us to get our employees to a level where they will be able to stay in town. And to dovetail on what Councilman Medina said about testing, yes, all the small pharmacies in town are providing testing. You can go to anyone, anytime, whether it's at Super Fresh, St. George Family Pharmacy, all of them are providing testing. You can walk in, there's never any lines, and I would encourage anyone who needs to be tested to go there. And last but certainly not least, my good friend Joe Birch called in tonight, and I want to know, hey Joe, how's the weather down in Florida? And may you have a Merry Christmas, everybody. God bless you all.
Thank you, Mayor. Councilman Roman.
Thank you, Council President Pro Temp Ralph Strano. I just want to say congratulations to Wayne Hans and all the retirees. Congratulations to all those who got promoted. Congratulations to all the people that got the raises they got. It was a couple $100,000, but at the end of the day, in regards to what the person that called in said, you know, it's very tough for a council person to sit here and not agree to the raises that we're not consulted on, just because, you know, if you vote, someone might take that personally and you might not get they might not be willing to help your residents, or if you make a phone call. So I approve those because honestly, there's a lot of people in this town that deserve it. There's a lot of people that have been waiting for promotions and titles. And even if I disagreed with one or two, it's not worth putting the residents at risk. And in regards to the testing center that was set up, it was a private company. They do everything from registration to the testing to the cleanup. to the sanitizing. Everything is done spaced out unbelievably well. They do them every single day. I've tested
John,
people.
wrap it up. Your time's up, John. Wrap it up.
I'm just saying, it was a private entity to a private entity, and it had very little to do with the city of Linden. Their legal stance on it is what it is. I just wanted to help people. But
Wrap it up, John. I don't want to cut you off, but everybody else got a minute.
tonight, there was, my name was taken off a flyer and his was put on. I don't want this.
Mute him.
Thank you. Thank you, Council President.
I hate to do that, but I implore everybody to please, play by the rules. I know the mayor's report was lengthy, but, it's for good reason. And I allowed it. But I guess I want to raise my hand. I would like to echo all the comments regarding our retirees, Wayne Hands and Jen Rizzo. Congratulate them. And I hope to be joining your ranks in about 6 weeks, if everything goes well, God willing. And just want to also, again, wish everybody a happy and healthy new year. God, this latest wave of the COVID is really taking a toll. It's serious. Please, don't play around with this. These theorists that are out there making crazy comments that's really driving us up the wall, because some of those are people that are actually the reason why this thing is spreading as fast as it is. You're just not taking it seriously. Once again, that's my comments for this evening. We're going to announce the next council meeting, all right?
Let me also just sent this to the Health Department for earlier today, highlighting available tests in locally owned pharmacies, urgent cares by mail through Vault. Free sites throughout the state of New Jersey on a state page. If you want to make an announcement.
Okay. I'm going to make an announcement. Our new Health Department Director, Amy Peloso, has just sent us a text saying that the Health Department tweeted earlier today highlighting availability of testing at locally owned pharmacies and urgent cares by mail through Vault. If everybody's familiar with that, and at free sites throughout the state on the state page. So those are two additional avenues that you can go to find those sites or the locations that you would need to get the free testing. Is that correct? All right, thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Council President.
Okay. All right, again, next council meetings will be as follows. Is this if needed? Yeah. Okay. Thursday, December 30th, 2021 at 6 p.m. in the council conference room in City Hall, 301 Northwood Avenue. If needed, it will be held virtually. The council meeting Thursday, December 30th, 2021 at 7 p.m. in the council chambers of City Hall, 301 Northwood Avenue. If needed, then that will be held virtually. About at the end of my meeting. Council conference meeting prior to the council meeting Tuesday, January 4th, 2022 at 6 p.m. in the council conference room, City Hall. This is our 301 Northwood Avenue to be held virtually. And it is the council reorganization meeting on Tuesday, January 4th, 2022 at 7 p.m. in the council chambers of City Hall, 301 Northwood Avenue, which will be held virtually. Please check the city website, lindennewjersey.gov, for copies of the agenda. I need the motion to adjourn, and I want to wish everybody a happy holiday and a safe and healthy new year. We need a motion to adjourn.
I can make a motion to adjourn.
Go ahead, Councilwoman.
Everybody loses to Lisa.
Ormond,
Finger, yes.
Yes.
Mohammed.
Yes.
Cosby,
Yes.
Oh, they pissed off. They don't have control no more, do they?
Mayor, you're still on.
Roman.
Mayor, you're still on. Mute yourself, Mayor.
Yes.
Got you, thank you. Medina? Yes.
Paul.
Hey, Daniel. Kiki.
Hi, Daniel, yes.
Demitritis. She's good. And Mr. Vetrano.
Yes, and thank you, everyone. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Good night, everyone.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas all.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.